This time on the Families Matter Most podcast.
You and I both know that there are certain days, weeks, months maybe, where you feel like, oh, it's just the hamster wheel and it never changes. What if we could make some changes? What if you could feel great, if you had more energy, if you could sleep more? I think you would feel like you would have more time back in your life. You would feel more productive. And the time that you do have would feel better.
Every time Jen Dean speaks, I can see hope, knowledge, expertise, wisdom, and love.
When Jen Dean speaks about parenting, we make sure that we are there to listen because we know we will get valuable advice.
Families Matter Most with Jen Dean.
She doesn't just give skills for us to be better parents, but she teaches us how to reach our children's hearts. And at the end of the day, that's what truly matters.
Thanks for joining into this podcast. This is episode number 79, and it's kind of an extra. It's a bonus one about time management because the feedback that I've received from that 4-part series on time management has been stellar. It's been so good. I've loved all of the messages, emails. You're sending me your thoughts, your struggles, your challenges, your victories in this area. I'm so glad that you felt heard. You felt like you're not alone in this. This is a real challenge. This is an absolute struggle, and I'm here for you. I have made tons of progress. I'm still a work in progress. I'm learning some things, and even the things that I shared in that series, the things that are working well for me, maybe you can tweak them. Maybe some of them you can adapt and find a path that feels right for you. And who knows, maybe in a decade, I'll have a whole new strategy. But for now, that's what's really helping me. So go back and listen. It's episodes 75, 76, 77, 78, all about time management. And we start at the beginning with goals. What is the reason that it matters? Why are we here? We had a bit of an existential crisis together. We got over it. We came up with some goals. We figured out our values. We looked at our calendar. We figured out ways to prioritize the right things, to prioritize the priorities, if that makes sense. And then in the last one, episode 78, I shared 3 tips that changed my life and helped me show up better, help me feel good about how I run my life, my day, and how I feel better than ever before at being fully present wherever I am. So when I'm on the radio, I can enjoy it. Sean and I are having fun. When you hear us laughing, we legit are. We're having a good time. Now, I would say 99% of the time. Sometimes we're feeling like, oh man, we're not funny. We're not doing anything right. Who wants to even listen to us? But then we reset and we say, you know what? We're here to have fun and people can join in with us or not, but we're going to have fun regardless. We do that. It helps me be fully present at home. It helps me, again, I'm not perfection here, but it helps me to turn everything off, put the phone down, set things aside, look into my kids' eyes and say, tell me more. I'm so excited to see you. I'm delighted that you're here. I want to know everything about your life. It's helped me to do that. It's helped me to be present with my partner, and it's helped me to prioritize some fun and some friends in my life. I wasn't always very good at that. So I've made lots of progress, and I'm hearing from you. You are too. This is an extra. This is how to get 2 more hours a day. Now, I mentioned something. I don't know. Did you catch it? In one of those podcasts, I talked about how when I work with clients, I can help you get 2 more hours a day. Now, that hit a nerve for a lot of people. I've gotten so many emails saying, wait, what, Jen? 2 hours a day? How can I get 2 hours a day? I need 2 more hours in my day. And so I'm going to share you a couple of tips, things that have worked well for clients. Now, know that private coaching is so much better because we will customize it. We'll look at your life. We'll look at everything that's going on for you and figure out what is the best in your unique circumstance. But overall, here are some things you can do. You can do these on your own. You can do these with a friend. I suggest you tag someone, you send them this podcast, and you guys can hold each other accountable. Reach out to someone and say, hey, I really want to do this. Do you want to do it too? Let's do it together, and then we can talk it out. This is what I would suggest, 2 hours a day. Now, the bad news is it's likely that you are wasting time. And it's not even mean. I'm sorry. It's just kind of a fact. No matter how busy you say you are, no matter how busy you think you are, I bet there's some wasted time there. So the first thing I want you to do is do a time audit. Keep a time journal. I want you to track your time. Seriously, track your time. I want to know where it goes. What are you doing with your time? Because the not so nice stats are that the average time spent on social media is 706 hours a year, which is almost 2 hours a day. Now, where do you think you're above average, below average? If the average is 2 hours a day, and now realize it's not 2 hours in one sitting. It's 15 minutes while you're sitting in your car at school drop off. It's half an hour when you're sitting in the bathroom when you know you should have been doing something else. You're hiding from your kids. It's 20 minutes while you're at the kitchen counter getting supper ready. It's these little nooks and crannies in our day where we get sucked in. It's at work when you're about to check your email, but then you just open up Facebook and you decide to see what's going on there. Next thing you know, 15, 20, 30 minutes is gone. You do that a few times a day and you can see how it could add up to be about 2 hours a day. So I want you to track your time, and you need to be pretty hardcore about it. I want you to be honest and track, okay, I sat in my driveway, I went and got groceries, and then I sat in my driveway for 15 minutes on my phone because I was dreading coming in and doing the whole put away. Kids are, whining and they want the snacks, or it means more work. For whatever reason, I sat on my phone for X amount of time, and I want you to track all of that. Track the time you go to bed, track the time you get up, how much time is getting sucked into social media. Now, please, I'm not going to tell you to give it up, because I think social media is fun. I use it a lot. It's free marketing for me. It's a way to connect with people. I have a wonderful community. Hey, if you're not on Facebook or Instagram on Families Matter Most, look them up. Oh, TikTok too. Now we're on TikTok. Look up Families Matter Most. Is it weird that I'm talking about how much time we spend on social media, and now I'm plugging you to go to Families Matter Most? Spend more time at Families Matter Most. Sorry, I totally hear the irony here. What I'm saying is, I don't think social media is terrible, but we have to use it the right way. That's what I mean. Use it the right way. You are in charge of it. It is not the boss of you. So you get to decide how you're going to spend it. And I would help you as your coach. I would help you to figure out what's going on and how can we use it to be how you want it to be. You want it to be positive. You don't want to get off Instagram and feel negative and that you hate your life and everybody else's kids are better than yours. That's not the goal. And so we would start tracking all of that. Where are you spending your time? How about in the evening? Okay. Oh, the TV stats are horrible. According to AC Nielsen, the average American watches more than 4 hours of TV each day. Every day. 28 hours a week, or 2 months of non-stop television watching per year. What could you do with 2 months of your year? That's crazy. And you're thinking that's crazy. I would never do that. However, if you watch Netflix, I wonder if you could track it. If you were tracking your time, how much TV are you actually watching? Now, shows they're not 26 minutes anymore. They're like, 40 something, 50 something. If you're watching Netflix or one of those types of providers, they don't even have to be a certain length. They could be an hour and a half long for every single episode. Are you tracking that? How much time are you spending watching TV? Are you watching for an hour over your lunch hour? Are you watching a show while you're eating your lunch? Track it. I want to know exactly how much time you're spending in front of the TV. I want to know exactly how much time you're spending on social media. Not only that, I want you to track your sleep. Are you staying up too late because you just want time to yourself? You finally get some time to yourself and then you're going to do something you enjoy. For most people, it is Netflix or TV or social media. But maybe for you, you would say, no, Jen, it's better than that. It's crafting. I really like to sew. I really like to read. I really like to go for a walk. I really like to do all those things. And so I have to do them after the kids are in bed. track all of that. Because once we see where your time goes, then we're going to start assigning values to it. Okay, what fills your cup? What takes from your cup? How does it feel after you've been hiding in the pantry for half an hour, scrolling Instagram, watching TikTok videos, eating crackers, hiding out from your family? Does that feel good? Does it feel like a break? Because I think that's what you mean it to be, right? Your brain wants a break. You want a little bit of a rest. You want to just have a laugh, or you want a distraction, or something is going on and you want it to be a break for you. Is it when you come out of the pantry, when your kids find you, when supper's burning on the stove and you have to get out, does it feel like a break for you? Because I'm guessing it probably doesn't. I'm guessing it feels kind of shamey. It feels a little bit guilty. You have a little bit of mom guilt. You feel like, oh, I should have been folding laundry. I should have been playing with my kids. I should have whatever. I should have been doing something other than this. So you can't even enjoy it. There's guilt and shame in there. So it's not a true break. So step 1 is tracking the time. Step 2 is assigning some values to that time, and what is truly a rest, what is a break, what is filling your cup, what is taking your cup. If we notice tracking that every time you go on, let's say TikTok, for example, or Instagram or YouTube or whatever it is, every time you go on Instagram, you always feel less than, when you always feel like everybody else has it more together than you. Everybody else is a better mom. Everyone else is doing better in their careers. Then we would look at that and make some changes. Maybe there's a couple of accounts you need to unfollow. You can mute many accounts now where you can say, you know what? I still want to be their friend. I just can't see their content right now. Right now, it's just not good for me. It's not going well for me. We would look at that and we might make some changes to how you utilize your content. How do you utilize your entertainment? If we find a pattern that, hey, you know what? If you go on social media past 10 o'clock, you're tired. You're not your best. Maybe you feel exhausted and what you really need is sleep, probably. But you go on social media and if we notice a pattern, like you always feel miserable when you spend time after a certain time at night, you know what? We're going to make some changes. So there's lots to do with social media because it is an issue these days. It's not an issue for every single person, but I would say it's probably an issue for 85%. And I think, we're moms. Sometimes, depending if you're a stay-at-home mom, if you're a homeschooling mom, if you're, you got little ones, you're on mat leave, it can feel like you're kind of cut off from the world. And I think the pull is even stronger to go online. What are other people doing? And you're going to find someone who's doing it better. You're going to find someone who's got the same age kids as yours, but yet they're able to pull together this amazing birthday party and make the cupcakes from scratch. Oh, and look, their hair and makeup's done. You're going to be able to find that. So maybe it's not good for you. Some clients, they really benefit from taking a bit of a break. We can institute maybe a social media Sabbath for you, maybe a technology Sabbath where we cut off TV and social media for a certain amount of time. Maybe it's a day, maybe it's a time a day, maybe it's a week. We can decide what is going to feel good for you and we can work towards implementing that. But a lot of the time that we're going to find is going to be to do around technology because it's just the easiest, simplest way for us to distract ourselves. It's just too easy, right? I don't know of too many people who have a hard time because, they're avoiding their real life by taking, they're taking their masters and they're diving into education. I don't know. I don't know too many women that are doing that. For us, it's more about the quick, I'm exhausted. I can't handle one more thing. So I'm just going to stare at this. I'm just going to numb. I'm just going to avoid. So we would look at that. What are you distracting yourself from? What are you avoiding? We would work on those things so that you don't feel like you have to hide. What if you had a life that you didn't have to numb from? What if you had a life that you didn't want to run away from? You didn't want to distract yourself. And I'm not saying it's awful all the time. Of course not. There are times that you love it. But you and I both know that there are certain days, weeks, months maybe, where you feel like, oh, it's just the hamster wheel and it never changes. What if we could make some changes? What if you could feel great, if you had more energy, if you could sleep more? I think you would feel like you would have more time back in your life. You would feel more productive. And the time that you do have would feel better. So we would look at all of that. But you can do that. You can do that right now. Just be honest. Say, what is going on? What am I hiding from? Do that time audit. Do that journal. Track where your time is going. If you notice every day at 3:00, you're hiding out, you're gorging on cheese and crackers or ice cream or cookies or the kids' leftover chicken nuggets, whatever that is. If you find yourself, raiding the pantry, maybe you're tired. Can we get you a nap? Can we get you a legit break? You know what? People get coffee breaks. Can we plan for you to have time where you're not hiding out in the pantry, where you can scroll Facebook if you want, and it's a legitimate break? It's rest, it's fun. You can watch the TikTok videos, you can laugh at the things, you can comment, you can call a friend, any of those things, and not feel guilty about it. It is absolutely allowed. And in fact, I would say that break, however you choose to use it, is necessary. So I would help you to find a way to make it work. You're going to say, I'm so busy, Jen, it's not going to work. I have never not been able to find a 15-minute coffee break for someone. We'll get creative. We'll have to utilize some different tools, some strategies. We might have to ask some people for help. We may have to pay someone. But the point is, you are going to get that 15 minutes guilt-free for yourself. And you decide how you want to use it, but it better fill your cup. That is going to happen. So we need to remove the wasted time. We need to remove the time that isn't serving you. And then we need to add in some things that do. I will help you, just like we talked about in the previous podcast about time management. I will help you figure out what you like to do that's fun, what you can do, what will fit into your life, your budget, and then we'll implement it. We will find a way to make it work. And I've heard from you. I've heard some of you have said, Jen, I've done it. It was scary and it took a lot of courage and a hard conversation with my family, but I did it and it feels great. I heard from another mom who said, you know what? Finally, I'm not putting myself last. I deserve to take care of myself and I'm a better mom for it. Another mom though said, Jen, I've lost myself. I don't even know what I like. I don't even know what I like anymore. I don't even know who I am. And if that's the case, I would ask you a few questions. I would say, well, what did you used to enjoy? Let's spend some time dreaming again. If you had unlimited time or unlimited money, what would you do? Let's dream a little bit and then let's figure out what is a baby step towards that. I realize we don't all have unlimited time and money. Sadly, there's no podcast for that. But we can take a step towards it. What can we do to implement right now that will give you that same feeling? We'll think about values together. We'll come up with some things that would fill your cup, something that you would be excited about in your calendar. Is it something alone? Is it some solitude? Some moms, you just want the house to yourself. If you could just have the house to yourself for an afternoon, it would be glorious, right? We can work towards figuring that out and making it happen. For other moms, it's like, no, I want to get out of my house. I want to be with people, or I want to take this fun class or do this activity. Let's figure that out. You're worth it. You are absolutely worth it. I want to say thank you to everyone who reached out, to all the emails. Here's where you can start. Start tracking your time, being honest about where it's going, realizing that these stats aren't good. We're finding time. Truthfully, I dropped Sean off at work today, and then I was in my car, and then I did some work on my phone because now I can do an email. I can do some emails. I can do some show prep for the radio show. I can do some social media for Families Matter Most. I can do some prep for this podcast. And I spent half an hour, 30 minutes in my car sitting there running, wasting gas. I know, Sean's producing this. I know it was running and it didn't need to be. Sucked my life away for 30 minutes. Now, I got some things done. Okay, it's productive, sure. but it didn't feel great. I would much rather have come home, had a cup of coffee, sat in my favorite chair, enjoyed the process. So I can even say that that was work. However, it wasn't enjoyable. It didn't feel good. There are better ways. So remember, I can help you get 2 more hours a day, and the time that you do have, you can enjoy it more. Start being honest and tracking these things, and then reach out anytime for a free strategy call. I'm excited to meet with everyone that has reached out. I'm excited for this next year for you. It's going to be fantastic. You're going to be so productive, and you're going to have energy, and you're going to have fun in your life again. If that's you and you're thinking, okay, I need that too, book a free strategy call. Let's have an honest conversation, not a sleazy sales call, I promise. I can't wait to talk to you. Keep letting me know how this is helping you in your life. I'm cheering for you. I'm your coach. We'll talk to you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Families Matter Most podcast with Jen Dean, part of the Saskatchewan Podcast Network. If you are interested in contacting Jen for one-on-one parent coaching, for speaking engagements, or just to get a little more information, please visit our website, familiesmattermost.com.
Have you booked a free strategy call yet? Because I offer free one-on-one video chats to see what coaching could be like for you. So if you've never tried it, you need to book a free strategy call right now. There's private coaching if you want help in your parenting, if you want help to deal with some anger, to work on some of your kids' negative behaviors, because yep, they all have them. If you want that, you're going to want private coaching. But also if you want to work on you, if you're in a place where you would say, you know what, I need to work on myself so that I can show up better for my family, so that I can take care of stress and anger, so that I can be a better mom, that I can show up and be more positive to the people in my life. If that is where you're at, then book this call. Let's see if private coaching or group health coaching would be a good fit for you. Book a free strategy call today.